There are many different vehicles we can use to go through our challenges. How and when we use those vehicles can make the difference between getting past the challenges or being stuck in them. Sometimes giving up is the best path to resilience. Hear me out. One time, my friends and I planned an overnight hiking trip to Mount Garibaldi Trail in Vancouver. It's 18 kilometers or 11 miles round trip and has an elevation of about 850 meters or 2,800 feet. It takes about 7 hours per direction. But the reward is that at the top, there is this beautiful blue lake surrounded by snow-capped peaks. 2 weeks before the hike, I ruptured my left Achilles tendon and had to go for an operation. The surgery itself was fine, but after, the surgeon screwed up. He had stapled the back of my leg, and then he wrapped a fiberglass cast around my ankle immediately. Normally, there would be cotton wrapped around the leg first, and then the fiberglass cast. He didn't do that. So as my leg shrank and started moving around in the cast, every single time the staples hit the fiberglass, I was literally being stabbed. But I've been to Garibaldi before, and I was in my 20s and full of that I can do anything spirit. So I went. I used a bed sheet as a sling across my left leg and my right shoulder, and I used 2 under-the-arm crutches. The terrain was brutal. Every time my crutches or my body hit a rock or a tree root, the jolt caused sharp pain in my leg. The first 2 hours were manageable, but my capacity to tolerate the pain was decreasing. I was getting tired and my armpits were feeling raw from the pressure of the crutches. I kept on telling myself, picture the azure blue lake. You can do it! But after every hobble I took, all I could see were more trees. So I started feeling hopeless. The problem was that I was using mainly willpower and determination to get through this challenge. Willpower and determination eat up a lot of energy. So it's okay to use when we're close to the end of something, but if there's no end in sight, I'm just getting drained. At the 4-hour mark of the trek, I was feeling overwhelmed. So I told my friends to go on ahead because I didn't want the added stress of trying to keep up with them or the guilt of slowing them down. I considered stopping and spending the night where I was and then coming back down with them on the way down the next day. That would have been a perfectly fine strategy for my long-term health. But then I discovered another strategy to deal with my challenge: acceptance. I began to look down instead of forward. I take a step, then stop and brace for the pain. I would feel the sharpness for about a minute or two, and then my body would get used to it. Then I take another step and repeat. I just accepted that this is where I am right now. I just need to take one step. And I stopped thinking about a destination. After an hour or so, my body got used to the routine. So I started to notice bird calls and the warmth of the sun or the coolness of the shade on my skin. These moments of calm helped me to keep going. And after another 5 hours, I saw pebbles at my feet instead of dirt. I'd made it. I finally got to the lake. Now I still needed to cross a creek and then go around a bend to where my friends were. And this section had a lot more jagged rocks. So it was way more painful for me. But at this point, I knew where the end was, so I was able to use willpower again. I learned some important lessons after that experience. First of all, there are many different vehicles we can use to go through our challenges. Willpower, determination, acceptance, slow grinding through, or just some of the vehicles. How and when we use those vehicles can make the difference between getting past the challenges or being stuck in them. Secondly, there are many challenges in life. We can't possibly go through them all because we're limited in our resources. Not pursuing a challenge and quitting are sometimes the best path to take because we can preserve more of our energy for more meaningful challenges. Finally, my choice of which challenges to take on and which vehicles to use affect other people. Because when my resources get drained, I have to rely on theirs. During the second day of the trip, my brother and my best friend had to piggyback me down a lot of the way because my armpits and my leg were so much in pain. Luckily, nobody got hurt during that trek, but thinking back, it was foolish for me to put myself and others at risk because I faced a challenge that I didn't need to, all for the sake of, I can do it. Which vehicles are you using to get through a challenge? Are they the best ones at this time? Which challenges are you choosing to go through? Are they worth it?